Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in once again. So it's been a minute. It's been a bit since I put a video up. I know I've had a few guys in the comments. I've been kind of trying to read comments here and there. I end up, if you guys live in Michigan, there's a sickness going around. It's don't eat the lettuce. That's what it is. And it puts you down for a week or better. I was in that first group of that. Very unexpected. Time missed from work, all that fun stuff. But anyways, we got over that. We're feeling good now. And, 4th of July went and gone, and a few things here and there going on. I just haven't had time to be in the room. And so it's been on the back burner, but we are back at it. So in the meantime, I've been doing a few things trying to improve the room. I had so many models in here. I didn't know what to do with them. I want to build on, but I'm hesitant on it because, it's the cost and everything. I think it's going to take a lot, and I don't feel like doing it. I need to get the models off the floor. I hate coming in here and there's models stacked up everywhere. I have nowhere else to put them. And so one thing led to another. I ended up redoing the room. Hopefully for the better, but I don't know. And then next thing I ended up cleaning the garage out. I don't know how that started. Because the weather here has been so ridiculous hot and humid. And I had my one car sitting outside because I had the lawnmower in here and I didn't have room for everything because I need to clean it, blah, blah, blah. Well, anyways, I did all that. So I'll take you around and show you there. Model-wise, you guys saw I had video 2 up on the Mustang on the 67 Shelby GT350. That went sideways in all ways possible. I thought... it comes with a stripe kit. They give you 2 stripes. And I thought I wasn't going to stripe it. I told myself, I'm not going to stripe it. And I don't know if you guys know, and I know some of you do, and I knew this and I forgot about it. If you use the decals that go along the bottom of the car, where it says GT350, they're not printed right. The GT350 part hangs into the door and it's too big. It needs to be cut, slid forward, and then take that piece you cut and put it back on the other side of it. And I forgot about that, so I'm putting it all on, and I got the other side done, and I thought, oh, now I got microsol on it, letting it set. Anyways, day goes by, it looks okay. I'm not happy with it, and I thought, maybe I'll take that off there. And I'm looking at the hood, the stripe decals. I thought, you know what, challenge accepted. I'm going to try this. So I started putting them on, the white ones. And they were looking pretty good. And I put the ones across the back, put some microsol on it, and did the whole car. I put a nice tape line down on it, and it looked pretty good. And I come in the next day, the back folded up, and the roof had bubbles in it. And I thought, what is going on? And I tried to fold them down. They cracked, they broke. I thought, okay, we're going to take these off here. So I'm trying every kind of tape I can think of. I'm trying microset decal remover. It's not removing them. It took them all off, everything else except for the hood and the roof. I could not get those off for nothing. And it's funny because when you go to try to tape something, mask it, to paint it, that masking tape will just rip the decal. Well, I'm trying to remove this and it won't come off. I even tried packing tape. That actually worked really good, but it still didn't do the job. I was out here for days. I mean days trying to get those decals off. So I got so frustrated with it, I ended up stripping the car down. Can you imagine that? I stripped that thing down. The paint was looking so nice on it. It's white. It's sitting on the bench. It's naked plastic. It's back to original. That's where that's at. So that was the other kind of kicker. I thought, oh, that was such a downer trying it. And I thought, so that was the other thing. It kind of, so the channel kind of got put sideways because of that and this and that. Anyways, we're back at it. We're feeling good. Things are going back together. And I'm going to take you a quick walk around and show you what we did to the room. A few upgrades that you can probably see behind me. You see there's a toolbox in here now. So we'll go with that. And on top of that, being the heat, you guys that live in the north, probably Pennsylvania, Northern Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, the smoke-filled air is unreal. I mean, it smells like I'm at a campfire, and it's just crazy. So, pray for you guys that live in Canada that's involved with this. That's, hopefully your homes haven't been destroyed. I know it's just out of hand. And for the smoke we're getting here in Michigan, the United States, I could imagine what it's going on. I've seen pictures. It's pretty gnarly, but my prayers go out to you guys, you know, that live in Canada, that's involved in that area where those fires are, because I couldn't imagine that. I just couldn't. So I'll show you a little clip of the sun I took today at work. This was about 8:30 in the morning. I'll show you real quick here. This shows you kind of how hazy, and in the video it really doesn't show you it. All right, guys. So, of course, you know, I'm the night owl guy, so it's like late at night. So I got this all cleaned off and got this car moved. So it's sitting out here. And I got my garage completely cleaned up. It's amazing. I got all my cars in here except for the white one and whatever. But this blue one's been sitting outside in the heat. And I thought, you know, I don't want the dash and everything ruined. So I needed to get in because the tractor's sitting out in here. I didn't have room for everything. So we cleaned this up. This was a couple night project, and I have an EXP I purchased a while back, and I made room for that. That's sitting back here, and yeah, so it's crazy. Cleaning stuff. I forgot I had an old SVO spoiler in the back there, so good stuff. But anyways, I got an old NGS scanner there I was using on the T-Bird. So we'll go through and I'll show you the model room and what we did in there. All right, guys, so in the model room, so we did a lot of improvements in here. Well, I call them improvements, but maybe not. So we did some, just a quick walk around here. So we changed a lot of things up, made some room, added a few things for storage, all that fun stuff, and try to make it a little more user-friendly so I don't dig for stuff and make a bigger mess than I normally do. A little shake with the camera because I am holding it in my hand. So just kind of a quick walk around there. And yes, I did not get to my GT4, which I'm still going to get on that. That was a buddy build I was doing with Ken from the Model Building in Retirement channel, and also from Chester's Models, Mikey. So I have not forgot about that. And I know Phil from Horton's Hot Rod, he was also building that model, but I will get to that. We are in desperate behind, what have you. So coming over to this wall here, this table always sat in this corner, and I've always been wanting to use it for a build table, but it's always just had stuff on it, just all kinds of stuff. So we moved it over here, and I have these shelves. So I acquired 2 more shelves. So now I put my diorama and a bunch of other models and a few things on the bottom here. And I took that shelf, and of course it was too tall, so I took the legs. I had a bit that goes on your jigsaw, and it was a metal blade, and it cut those poles like it was nothing. So I measured up how much room I'd need for the diorama, and we got that all tucked away nice. So because I used to sit on this table, and I really always didn't like it on there. So we are working on this here. This will be at Acme this year. They're doing the Firebird build down there for Acme. So we're working on that, and we're getting that going. Yes, I have 2 bodies here because if you guys have this kit, every one of them that I've seen so far, they are severely warped at the A-pillar. So I have 2 kits, so I was seeing which one was the better out of the 2. And we are slowly going to get working on this here pretty quick. We're putting a 3D engine in it and all that fun stuff. So we are going to try to light it. So I got an old crappy meter out here and trying to test some stuff out and have fun with that. So this shelf here used to be where this table is sitting now. So we put this here, reorganized it the best we could, and utilized it to its fullest potential. And we left this shelf up here because I was going to take it down at first and just run the shelf up. And I thought, wait a minute, if I take that down, I lose this whole corner up here. So I figured, you know what, it'd be better just to hold this on and just leave it and just stack it up from here and just bring it all the way up until we get to that point. So from there, we put the Susie Bake oven, my dehydrator, on this toolbox. This was a toolbox. This was one of those Kennedy boxes that if you guys do machinist work, I have actually 4 other smaller Kennedy boxes that go with this. My father-in-law was a machinist. My brother that passed, he was a machinist. So I got all these toolboxes here, and we're trying to sell them. And I thought, you know what? This would work perfect for this in here. So now the dehydrator sits here. It works good. And I end up using the drawers. I have all my model master paints in there. And we got the Kaleido paints down below. And so on. So we just try to utilize each drawer. I got some of my rattle can stuff here. And so on. And I think I've got towels and stuff down here. So that worked out pretty good. So that worked real nice. Just to get some of that stuff out of there, and found some decals laying around as I'm cleaning. So of course, you know, I had to decal it up. Changed some stuff on the wall over here. Found some old emblems. So I had to put those on. That 420, those were actually brand new. I took them out of the package. I have 2 of those here, so I don't remember where I got them. And the coolest thing is, I don't know if you guys remember, a long time ago, I was telling you about some of my airbrushes I had. And my very first airbrush was a Badger, or was a Sears airbrush. And it was, it had this real small cord, but it had this valve that came with it. And you could hook it onto a tire. You could put on the Schrader valve of a tire. And then you hooked it on your airbrush, and you just turn the dial, and you could use it. So I found this in my stuff the other day, and I thought, oh my gosh, there's that valve I forgot. I said it before, and I couldn't find it. This was out of my very first airbrush I had back in the 80s. And yeah, so that came with that. It was a single stage. It was a Sears airbrush, but you know, if you look at it, it's actually a Badger, a single stage Badger. I have it here yet. I tried the other day. It still works okay. But yeah, I used to take inner tubes from the garage, air them up, roll it upstairs, and I'd hook this to the Schrader valve, the stem of the tire, open it up, and that's what I'd use for air. The tire depleted down, I'd go and fill it back up and bounce it back up the steps. What a system. That was my childhood. So we got the station open again. So the dehydrator was sitting here. So we got that moved back over to this spot now. And now we could do building at this point over in this area. We still have our little island here, which works out well. And yes, we still got some cleaning to do. I got these racks here a while back. Amazon racks for nail polish, I think. So I got some paints there. And because I'm just getting overrun with paint, I just don't have a lot of places to put it. And I still got some detail work to do down here, but that's kind of where this ends at. And of course, this drawer down here, I keep my sandpaper, pippets, so on, some other cleaning towels, and down here is my Q-tips, cups, all that kind of necessity stuff I use all the time. So just kind of keep that at arm's length. And to the Mustang, here is the red Mustang that you've seen in video 2. This is what it looks like now. Unbelievable, isn't that crazy? So I thought, you know what, while we're here, I didn't like the hood pins on it. So I did is I sanded them down. And we're going to put, I think it's Detail Master hood pins. I got those here. And I also opened up the hood scoops. And I thought, yep, we're going to do that to it. So everything else is just still sitting here and so on. And we're going to get back on that and get that going. But yeah, the decals on the side, I tried taking those off and it just wasn't liking it. And those stripes, I could not get those off to save my life. So that was a no-go. I got so frustrated, it went into the stripper and I thought, you know what? I'm over this. So that's where it ended. So yeah, so we're getting back on that. So moving on, get the chair out of the way here. This cabinet was always here, or this shelf, I should say. This was always along the wall over here. So now I added this shelf, and now this is here. So I have my finished models in these cases, and then over here are the cases that these models go to the shows. Which a lot of them are going to be retired here pretty quick, and so on. So that's where we're at. That's what we've been doing. And like I say, we kind of rearranged the room a little bit to make it a little more user-friendly in here, I guess you'd say. and go with that. So in that case, that's all I got for you for right now, but we're going to have some upcoming videos coming up, working on that Mustang, getting video 3 down. I'm just going to go through and get it repainted without doing a video on it, and I'll kind of bring you back to where we left off. We'll go that route and see what happens there. Yeah, so that's where we're at, and like I say, I wanted to utilize this table. And this one here is one of the 79 MPC birds, the gold box art one. I got that out a while back because, you know, I get sidetracked so easy. Like, ooh, let's pull this out of the box, and everything gets pushed behind. And yeah, so I thought, nope, stick with what I got to do. And so we're going to get started on this Trans Am here pretty quick. I got a Kaleido vehicle we're doing. We're doing the Bad Company van. I'm making a Kmart service van for the Kaleido Paint Challenge that I signed up for. So we're going to use this van here, this Bad Company van. I was going to originally use this van, the Coca-Cola van, but it has that like dent side style molding in there, and it's got striping that goes on. And I don't know why, I just thought the other van would work better. The Dodge van I think would fit the deal better on it, so we're going to use that instead. So we're going to have videos coming up on that real soon here. To kind of give you some heads up of where we're at with that one. So there we have it, guys. That's an update on where we're at with things, and trying to get things cleaned up, organized a little better, make life a little easier out here. So once again, I appreciate you guys tuning in, checking out the channel, and we will see you guys on the next build video. You guys have a good one, and thank you so much for watching. You guys have a good one.